What's up YouTube? This is MTG Chief here to show you my first ever video, and in that we're going to have of course Amonkhet, the newest edition of the Magic the Gathering sets and blocks to come out. So we're going to go right ahead. This is all stuff I've gotten from pre-release. We got 3 cycling lands so far, so that's pretty decent. Some stuff that's going to go into a few commander decks, but more so the standard that I'm going to be getting into. It's a money taker, it's a definite money maker for WotC, but not so much for the players. But I'm going to try to get into some standard just for you guys. I have a few modern decks as well, and then of course we got a few mythics and a Wrath of God Invocation, all from the pre-release kits. And I have 2 to show you today, and of course 1 booster box just fresh off the UPS truck. We're going to get right into it. Again, this is MTG Chief. You can like, subscribe, share, comment for sure. This is all about the common guy. I'm not a store, I'm not a retailer, I'm not a supplier or anything like that. You know, this is just someone who really enjoys Magic the Gathering. Some deck techs are going to be on this. You know, that's. But we're gonna open the channel up right now with pre-release kits and a booster box. So if you have any you know, constructive criticism at all, definitely trying to grow this channel. So let me know. I'll be getting a mic soon and hopefully some lighting, so that way it's a little bit better in here. But let's get down to it. Thanks for watching. Alright, well, let's get right into it. What we're going to do now is we're going to hit the Amonkhet pre-release pack. And just so you guys know, I attended most events that I could. However, I did purchase some online. Hopefully, I do as well from the online as I do from my local game store. But we shall see. Obviously, we will have in these boxes, which are pretty fucking sweet actually, we will have 1 promo card stamped and dated. Oh, and it looks like we have a mythic. Let's see if we can get that on there. Angel of Sanctions stamped. Shibuya. So that's not too bad to start out. We also get this die, which I really like. I'm a huge fan of these die, and they will be going in one of my commander decks. Also in here, we have 6 boosters. I'll keep these on camera as much as possible so that y'all don't think I just did some shady-ish. Shout out to Creepy Rudy. I'll try not to steal your thunder, man. Welcome, Initiate. Ooh. All the people out there excited for cats and get their thing. 5 trials. Didn't really get to do that much. I was on duty that weekend. Alright. Let's get into it. What are you feeling, YouTube? I really like these sets, so the Egyptian theme is something that I actually really enjoy. But what we'll do is we'll just kind of sift through. I'll go slow in this first pack, especially through the commons, and then we'll fly through the rest and the second, of course. I love this land. Look at that land. Like, god damn. And the full art's in here. I'm just saying, I have boxes of Battles of Zendikar and a few, hopefully, 1 or 2 Zendikar originals on the way. That does it for our commons. Uncommons, we have Kenra Charioteer, Blood Rage Brawler, Spring to Mind. What springs to mind is, do we get a Lily? Ooh, a Prowling Serpapard. So this is a cat snake 4/3. It says Prowling Serpapard can't be countered, and creature spells you control can't be countered. For 2 green and 1. So you're looking at turn 3, some hexproof action for your whole squad. I'm a huge fan of this card, and I've actually already pulled one and a regular mountain. And I hope to pull more than that. And a warrior token. I actually have a modern warrior deck that hopefully we'll do a deck tech on later. This is when I first started Magic, so all I cared about, I was like, oh, I gotta get a Damnation. And then, of course, Damnation came with Modern Masters, which I'm not complaining about, because I actually really like that card a lot. Magma Spray. They really tried to make that like a lightning bolt, I think. And the uncommons: Enigma Drake, True Heart Twins, Blood Rage Brawler, and the rare Heaven to Earth. So the Heaven piece is 1 green and X, and it's an instant. Heaven deals X damage to each creature with flying. And Earth, of course, is a sorcery, 2 red and X, Aftermath, that you can only cast in your graveyard. Earth deals X damage to each creature without flying. So, Murk 'em in the heavens and Murk 'em in the earth. And we have to wait on our full art swamp and a token flyer. Obviously, the moneymakers, I guess, in this set look to be Gideon, Nissa, and Lily, with a few things here and there. Obviously, some invocations. But I'm actually holding out for a few gods. I'd love Bantu. I wouldn't mind the Vizier, the green god. I forget the full name of him. Uncommons are True Heart Twins, Edifice of Authority, if I can actually focus on the camera, Aven Wind Guide, and our rare is Glory Bound Initiate. So that's 3/1, 1 white, 1 colorless. Human Warrior, and you may exert Glory Bound Initiate as it attacks, and when you do, it gets +1/+3 and gains lifelink until the end of turn. Not a bad card. And still waiting on that full art. Zombies. The zombies are coming. I actually really also like the invocations. I'm a huge fan of this set, as I've already mentioned. I probably will continue to mention. But these are so awesome. Just play turn 1, ping you for 1. I think it's great. Definitely something that I'm probably going to have a playset of 4. Uncommon, Flame Blade Adept, Honored Crop Captain, Oketra's Attendant, and the rare is Harvest Season. It's a green and 2 of any mana. It's a sorcery, and it says search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control, and put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. And our full art. These are so fucking cool. Full arts are great. And I hear that the full art foil lands are going for a pretty penny right now, actually. Like anywhere from like 9, 10 to 15 bucks. So it's pretty sweet. Here we go. Just kind of chucking these wrappers here. Alright. Ooh. Almost had a breakout. Faith of the Devoted is our first uncommon. Gate to the Afterlife is our second uncommon. Stir the Sands is our third uncommon, and the rare is Cut to Ribbons. So for 1 red and 1 of any, you have a sorcery that says Cut deals 4 damage to target creature. And 2 ribbons is a sorcery from your graveyard that says each opponent loses X life. Not a bad deal. I may not run it, but we might figure out how to do it. We have a foil rare, actually, New Perspectives. It's an enchantment for 1 blue and 5 of any. When New Perspectives enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. As long as you have 7 or more cards in hand, you may pay 0 rather than pay cycling costs. I have to say, I'm not sure how I felt about the card, but in foil, it looks pretty neat to me. And a Forest Talarian Skirmisher, 2/1 Zombie Naga Warrior. And the last pack of Amonkhet for the first pre-release kit. 1 foil rare. Looks like we have Angel of Sanctions. The Mythic is the pre-release card promo. Pretty good with that so far. It'd be nice to get another Mythic though. We'll see. And here we go. Only one way to tell, and that's to rip through this shit. Alright, Bone Picker. I needed another one of those. I'm a fan of this card for sure. I'm not afraid of things dying. Rona's Monument. Oketra's Attendant. And the rare, yeah, Bantu the Glorified. 1 black, 2 of any. Legendary Creature God. Mythic rare, 4/6 with Menace and Indestructible. A Bantu the Glorified can't attack or block unless a creature died under your control this turn. For 1 of any and 1 black, sacrifice another creature. Scry 1, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This right here will go into my Marin Commander deck for sure. Something that is not afraid of sacking creatures. So really looking forward to that card. An island. Hey! And we got the brick and -1/-1 counters. Those seem to be plentiful. So for the first pre-release pack, not too bad actually. Like I said, it was like 2 mythics, I believe, maybe 3. I think it was only 2. Oh well, but Bantu is one that I really wanted. So there's that. Now all we need is a Lily, and we need actually more than a Lily. I think I might rather have. I don't know, man. I mean, a Force of Will would be obviously the nice one, right? I mean, who wouldn't like to just see $300 sitting in your pack? And the promo, Channeler Initiate, and it's a rare. I'll take it. I got a bunch of these now. It's like I want to say 8. I'll do a video of all the promo release stuff that I ended up getting. Booster packs. I want to try to keep those on screen again. And we're going to get right in it. We're not afraid. No. Wouldn't mind another Bantu. Actually, in a foil. Or in the full art. That'd be kind of nice. Magma Spray. I really think they tried to make that like a lightning bolt. It just seems too close. Kenra Charioteer. Decimator Beetle. Say it's too close, but it really came up short. Crocodile of the Crossing. I like this card, actually. I like the one that gives you hexproof a little bit more. But the rare, Soulscar Mage, is a 1 red with Prowess. It's a 1/2. And if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. So you'll need a lot more of those. And a Swamp. And another Warrior. We started with a Warrior. I guess we gotta remain consistent and diligent, right? Still getting hang opening these packs. Mighty Leap is a decent card, actually. Wasteland Scorpion is cool, but it's kind of weird to have a Death Touch out of 2/2. Hazoret's Monument is our first uncommon. Wayward Servant. This right here is apparently going into everybody's zombie deck. Grimstrider. Someone whooped me with this in a draft. Just absolutely decimated me. I couldn't find anything for removal. And the rare, nice, Cycle Land. It's the Sheltered Thicket, so you can tap it for mountain or forest. You can also fetch these, which is pretty sweet. And it has Cycle, so you can pay 2 and you can discard it and draw a new card. So you get it late game, it's not a shabby card to get. And Temet's Token. Next booster. As far as the cartouches and the trials go, I feel like green and black really got the the OPs. If you can make it work with the others, it doesn't hurt to give her a shot. But speaking of the Trial of Strength, just the ability to get 2 4-2s if you're running 2 sets, 3, 4, etc. I don't know if I'd run more than 2 in mine personally, but not a bad card whatsoever. Another Bone Picker. I'm a fan. I might have a playset now. Trial of the Zeal. Look at this. And the rare Archfiend of Ifnir. Not the full art, but we're good with it. It's 2 black and 3 of any color. 5/4 Demon with Flying. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature your opponents control. And it has cycling for 2. Not too shabby. And a Plains. Hey! So, just saying, you'll need that if you run with Scour Mage. See if I can actually keep this on camera, huh? I already see people hating in the comments. I ain't scared. Skirt. Sun-Scorched Desert. I like it. Alright. Put that there. Lord of the Accursed is our first uncommon. Reduce to Rubble is our second uncommon. Scaled Behemoth, this is the guy. Hexproof, 6/7 with Hexproof. So that's pretty great for me, especially in draft. Hey, and we get a Gideon of the Trials. He is a 2 white, 1 of any Planeswalker. Mythic Rare, obviously, comes in with a loyalty of 3. His +1 until your next turn, prevent all damage target permanent would deal. His second ability is until end of turn, Gideon of the Trials becomes a 4/4 human soldier creature with indestructible. That's still a Planeswalker, prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. Something that like every goddamn Gideon has, and they're trying to get whatever. The last one is you get an emblem with, as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker, you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. So basically, screw you. I'm going to play all the Gideons. Oh, and of course we get a full art Mountain. We got 2 packs left of this second pre-release kit. Probably cut the video just to make sure I have enough battery to continue. It's a new phone. Got the S7. Oh, why didn't you get the S8? Because I like money. Okay. More money means more Magic cards. Rona's Monument is our first uncommon. Seraph of the Suns. I saw a foil, and the foil of this looks great. And actually, no matter what, it looks really good. I enjoy that card. Gale Strike is our third uncommon. And the rare is Approach of the Second Sun. Much expensive, much mana. Oh, the mana. For this sorcery, 6 and a white. If Approach of the Second Sun was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Otherwise, put Approach of the Second Sun into its owner's library, 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. Yeah. I don't honestly know, like, I could see this. I don't honestly know if I could see this getting banned in Commander, but it could certainly be some sort of win condition, for a rampy deck that has maybe some tutors in it, maybe just splashes black just for some tutors. It would be a pretty ridiculous win condition. I have one friend who really loves those kind of strains. And the emblem. Well, there. Look at that. Wunderbar. We'll put that right with you, Giddy. Last pack. Well, I have a friend that we were playing a multiplayer game of Commander. And everybody forgot that he cast a creature that when you have more than 20 life, you win the game. Guess what? He won the game. Shout out to you, Frankie. You deserve it. Labyrinth Guardian is our first last uncommon. Then Hapatra's Mark is the second. Deem Worthy is the third and final uncommon of the pre-release kits, and the rare. Insult to Injury, that we didn't get another mythic, but I can't really complain. You know, so Insult, 2 of any and 1 red is a sorcery. Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control would deal damage this turn, it deals double that damage instead. 2 Injury, 2 and 1, once again for another sorcery with Aftermath. Injury deals 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. Obviously, if you're going to put this in your deck, it's more than likely for Insult. Injury has its benefits, but that Insult, though, it's like the clapbacks from 8th grade on the back of the bus. Alright, well, that'll do it for this. I would say, though, that this haul is pretty decent as far as pre-release kits go. I'm satisfied. You know, we obviously didn't get one of these babies, but after a quick cut to make sure I get enough battery, we'll open this bad boy. See you in a few. Is it as foretold? We'll get another invocation, or is this box gonna be a wrath of God for spending so much money on Amonkhet? Quite honestly, I want to find out. So let's get right in. This is actually the first of 2 boxes that I will open on my channel. I will do one now at release and another later. I haven't really decided as far as like when later, but you know, we'll see. Let me get this adjusted here. I like to keep it on frame as much as possible. There we go. Get a sneak peek of the Lenovo over there. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and we'll just I'll take out this first rung. Look at how gorgeous this is, right? Right? Alright. You don't care about that. You're only using me to see if it's worth buying. And I'll tell you. And then I'll try to build some decks out of it. So, if you watch the beginning of this video, you will notice that I'm flying through. That is because you should check out I prefer TCG. Their pricing guide is great for people who care about the return on the money. And you know, I know that the Professor and Alpha Investments, they do a lot as far as the worth of the booster box. But if you're really just interested, also in the set list, it's also a nice clean cut format that you can check out what's there. So you know, you can also see what it's worth. But at least it's there in alphabetical order. You can see that. Or you can just go on to a spoiler website. Easy peasy. First uncommon, Trial of Strength. Second uncommon is Bone Picker. Third uncommon is Aven Wind Guide. And the rare, another Gideon of the Trials. For real. Wow. Maybe we will just run play sets. Who knows? First pack. First mythic of the box. I'm not going to reread it. Basically, until your next turn, prevent all damage target permanent would deal. Typical Gideon, just doing his Gideon things. That Gideon. And then Giggity, if you have a ton of Gideons, you can't lose because you have Gideon. Oh, and we have a foil cut to Ribbons, which deals 4 damage to target creature for 1 of any and 1 red. And to Ribbons from the graveyard, each opponent loses X life, where X is the mana you put into it with 2 black. So not too shabby there either. And then we have a Mountain and a Sacred Cat, because lifelink. Look at that, first pack, and we already have a Gideon. Is that all the Wizards wants? It's like they're trying to replace, you know, Jace as like one of the best planeswalkers in here. Personally, I like Ugin. It's kind of hard to argue against Karn as the best planeswalker, but oh well, who am I? I'm just a noob starting this channel. All right, on to uncommons. Onward. Instant 2 and 1 red. Target creature gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is its power. All those with aggro decks, of course, love that. And then to victory. It's a 2 with a white. Sorcery Aftermath. Target creature gains double strike until the end of turn. So you may want to look. There's a lot of really good exert creatures for aggro in this set, so you might want to look into that. Had to read that one out. Good card. Flame Blade Adept. Trial of Solidarity. I think this might be the first trial for white I put together. And the rare Even Mind Sensor. Good card. 2 and a white with a Flying Flash Bird Wizard. That's a 2/1. If an opponent would search a library, that player searches the top 4 cards of that library instead. So yeah, not a bad card. And a Foil Consuming Fervor. For 1 red, the enchantment aura, enchant creature, gets 3/3 and has the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on this creature. And a Swamp. And a bunch of brick tokens. Should probably start flying through these a little faster. But what are you guys planning on building as far as a standard deck, or is there anything that's a staple in your opinion for my personal favorite EDH, or for Modern or Legacy? Anything that you guys really play? I'd like to know. Protection of the Heckma. Just leave it in the comments below. Lay Claim. Golly. Deem Worthy. I don't know if I deem some of these worthy, but 7 damage might be worth it. And the rare Archfiend of Ifnir. 3 and 2 black, Flying Demon, 5/4. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature your opponents control. Each creature. There's another one that you're going to need a bunch of those Exalt, Embalmed, Brick, and -1/-1 cards. So pray for those pulls in your decks, ladies and germs. Winged Shepherd. The opening of the pack. It's a pretty card. Trial of Ambition is our first uncommon. Reduce to Rubble. Scaled Behemoth. And the rare. A Canyon Slow. One of the cycle lands, Swamp Mountain. I already pulled one of these, but I'm alright with it. That was during draft anyway. Canyon Slow enters the battlefield tapped, cycling 2. And a Colossopede. Just a 5/5 bug. Gross. And a full art mountain. Awesome. Should probably separate the foils from the rest of the pack. Well, that was a foil rare. We'll keep that aside. We'll put Giddy up here. Again, I probably suck at these things, so leave comments below. Just be gentle. Use food. First uncommon is a Manglehorn. Second uncommon, Defiant Great Maw. Grimstrider, you're still haunting me every now and then. And the rare, ooh, Samut Voice of Dissent, legendary human warrior. 3, a red and a green for a 3/4 with basically everything. Flash, double strike, vigilance, haste. Other creatures have haste when you control them. And for 1 white, and you tap Samut, untap another target creature. So basically anything you want that exerts I forget what it is that gives you an additional combat step, but that sounds a bit broken. Great card though. Could potentially be a dangerous card in Commander for sure. Might be a little expensive for people to run, but if you're going mid-range, who knows? Lord of the Accursed. Start to finish. Second. On Crop Crasher is the third, and the rare is Shadow of the Grave. It's a 1/1 black instant. Return to your hand all cards in your graveyard that you cycled or discarded this turn. You really got to build around that. There you go. You might want to get in the business of selling those babies. Oh. Alright, True Heart Duelist, Hazaret's Monument, should probably get my thumbs out of the way, huh? Deem Worthy, and the rare's Bounty of the Luxa, 2, a green and a blue. For this enchantment, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, remove all flood counters from Bounty of the Luxa. If no counters are removed this way, put a flood counter on Bounty of the Luxa and draw a card. Otherwise, add a colorless, a green and blue to your mana pool. Pretty neat. Long hair don't care about those ads, that's for sure. Man, I still can't get over how many Gideons I've already seen. Open into Wander, Embalmer's Tools, Reduce to Rubble again, and the rare, another good card, Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons. This black-green legendary creature is a 2/2, and has whenever Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 green snake creature token with Death Touch. Yup. Blocking fodder, if you ask me. That might go in there, and also, hey, just what we asked for. Who knows? I think this might be, there's a red Destroy artifact. It's like Destroy X artifacts. It's a ridiculous card. That's going to definitely be a staple in Commander. I probably already passed it because I am just too excited to get through this box. Kenra Charioteer is the first uncommon. Trial of Solidarity is the second uncommon. Lay Claim is our third, and the rare is Cascading Cataracts. Indestructible, with tap to add colorless, and then tap with 5 other lands. Wow, add 5 mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool. Yeah, if you're getting hosed for certain mana, you might want to do that. But that Swamp is pretty nice. And a cat with lifelink. I'm getting serious right meow. Wouldn't mind seeing a Nissa. But that Summit is pretty good. Can't really complain about that. String Shot. Oop, yep. We have Rona's Monument. Lay Bare the Heart. That's a great card for me in draft. Edifice of Authority, and the rare, Gideon's Intervention. We might need an intervention from Gideon. Get a lot of them. This 2 and 2 white enchantment. As Gideon's Intervention enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Your opponents can't cast spells with the chosen name. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and permanents you control by sources with this chosen name. If you don't want to run Gideon's, you could just run this intervention. And we have a foil, Forsaken the Worldly. These look sweet. I'm going to read it just because it looks badass. 2 and a white, instant, exile target artifact or enchantment, and has cycling. Awesome. And a full art island. Yep. That was utter disappointment hitting a pre-release box. Don't worry, it was empty. I don't want to insult the pre-release box. Alright. Next uncommon. Labyrinth Guardian. Devoted Crop Mate. Spring to Mind. Springs to Mind is another mythic. And Sandworm Convergence. Much mana. 6 and 2 green for this enchantment. Creatures with flying can't attack you or planeswalkers you control at the beginning of your end step. Create a 5/5 green worm creature token. Woo! Beast. Yeah, that's a rather expensive enchantment, but I guess if you're getting a 5/5 at your end step and nobody's running enchantment hate, probably get away with it if you make it that far, especially in standard. Seems like this really favors a lot of aggro, maybe some mid-range, but it looks like the Marty vehicle is still with Aether Revolt, and Kaladesh are still running everything. Ruthless Sniper, Edifice of Authority, Spring to Mind, and the rare is Regal Caracal. I don't know if I said that right, but it's 3 and 2 white for this cat. It's 3/3. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. When Regal Caracal enters the battlefield, create 2 1/white cat creature tokens with lifelink. A lot of people that were reviewing this set during the spoilers were really fond of that card. Kind of indifferent on it. I haven't really played with too much white. I usually splash white for its auras and for some removal. AKA that Wrath of God that's sitting over here. Got a few of those. Quite a few decks. Trueheart Duelist. Watchful Naga. Shifet Monitor, and the rare is a Scattered Grove Cycling Land. So this is a Forest Plains that enters tapped, cycling for 2, and a mountain. Ha. I'm going to start a business selling those. Be way ahead of the game. And those of you watching, that's a tip for you. Just collect those and sell them. Not really. Who knows though? Enigma Drake is our first uncommon. Angler Drake is our second uncommon. Allay Bear the Heart is our third uncommon. And the rare, Heart Piercer Manticore. 2 and 2 red for this 4/3 creature. And when Heart Piercer Manticore enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. And when you do, it deals damage equal to that creature's power to target creature or player. And you can embalm it for quite the cost. A lot of people like its lesser Manticore friend in this deck, or rather in this set. The zombies are back. I actually like Heart Piercer. I believe I got a promo for it. Actually, also. So maybe I'm biased. Alright. Next uncommon. Consuming Fervor. Ketra's Attendant. Bloodbrage Brawler. And the rare, Dispossess. 2 and a black for the sorcery. Choose an artifact card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the chosen name and exile them. Then that player shuffles his or her library. Oh, full art. God, man. These are gorgeous. I pray of pulling a full art one of these. Someone was saying that there's definitely a guarantee of like getting one full art foil land, and I don't know if I believe that. I'd rather be proved wrong. But oh, there we go. Took a sneak peek of some other ones. Synchronized Strike. It's the first uncommon. On Crop Crasher and Weaver of Currents are our uncommons and the rare. Vizier of Many Faces, 2 and 2 blue, 0/0 shapeshifter cleric, and when you have Vizier of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except if it was embalmed. This token has no mana cost, it's white, and it's a zombie in addition to its other types. And yeah, you know, if you were watching in the beginning, I went nuts for this, and it looks even better foiled. Beautiful. And a full art forest. Can't be mad at that pack, even with Vizier of Many Faces. It doesn't seem to be that bad of a rare. You could run it in some pretty rude stuff. Was it flying? Nope. I really want to remember what that artifact and artifact hate was. My dog's out there groaning at me. Faith of the Devoted. Wayward Servant. Sheafet Monitor and the rare. Glorious End, another mythic. 2 in red, instant, end of the turn. End the turn. And at the beginning of your next end step, you lose the game. So obviously you want to win. You better win. Dispossess is our foil rare. Not too shabby there either. And a Swamp. We gotta have some cojones running Glorious End in your deck. I might do it though. We'll see. Still have yet to really decide, so I'd like to hear from you guys what you think I should run and build for Standard. If you have links or anything, I don't know if you guys use MetaMox or what it is y'all tend to use. But fully appreciative of any advice you guys have for Standard. Nest of Scarabs, Bantu's Monument, Vizier of Deferment, and the rare. Commit to Memory, 3 in a blue, instant, put your target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. To Memory, which has Aftermath of course, each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards. I know some people who will run that against my mill deck. And another one of these. Looks like we're getting about halfway through the box. I'm definitely taking my sweet time on this. But hey, Painted Bluffs, God, it's such a gorgeous card. Sixth Sense, Honored Crop Captain, Crocodile of the Crossing, and Glorybringer. 3 and 2 red. Creature Dragon Flying Haste for a 4/4. You may exert him as he attacks, and if you do, it deals 4 combat damage. Target non-dragon creature and opponent controls. And the plains. Jeez. Oh, if only those ads were invocations instead. One could dream. A wet dream. And start to finish. That's ironic. Vizier of Remedies. Vizier of Tumbling Sands, and the rare is Dread Wanderer. Zombie Jackal for 1, that's a 2/1, enters tapped for 2 and a black. You can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery, and only if you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. I like that card. I like graveyard shenanigans. And my comments are all going to fall over. Devoted Cropmate, Kate to the Afterlife, Blood Rage Brawler, and Cut to Ribbons. I've read that probably 2 or 3 times before this. This guy, Manticore at the Gauntlet. Some people would rather play him than Heartpiece or Manticore. It really depends more or less on what you're looking at for your deck, in my opinion. But hey, Embalmer's Tool, Manglehorn, Oketra's Monument, and Champion of Ronus. 3 in a green for 3/3. You may exert Champion of Ronus as it attacks, and when you do, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sweet. Who doesn't like free stuff? Which reminds me, I'm just doing this channel on my own. It's great. But at some point I'll probably throw up some sort of link to have some subscribers and also some people who want to be patrons and support this kind of channel. You can of course wait until you see other videos, but I'd like to make more, so think about that. Yeah, just think about it. Lord of the Accursed, Destined to Lead, cast out, and the rare Honored Hydra, 5 and a green. Snake Hydra, 6/6, trample with Embalm, and a full art mountain. I don't want to sound like one of those people that begs, so don't expect it in every video. I really want to see that one artifact. Hey! Speaking of the devil, by force, this right here, EDH staple. Goodbye Signets, goodbye Soul Ring, goodbye everything. We will cast you out. Vizier of the Tumbling Sands, and the rare is Glyph Keeper, 3 and 2 blue with Flying Sphinx, 5/3. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability, and then you can embalm it. For 5/3, someone's going to be able to have something to block it, or just string Charlie down. The cartouche. Whoops. Open into Wander. Honored Crop Captain. Ooh. There we go. Thought we lost a video. Exemplar of Strength, and the rare is a Plague Belcher. How rude. 2 and a black. Zombie Beast, 5/4 with Menace. When Plague Belcher enters the battlefield, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control, and whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Not bad. Foil Swamp with a full art. Swamp. Too bad that wasn't changed around. 2/3 of the way through this box. I promise we're almost done. I'm trying to go as fast as I can for you guys, but I also want you to enjoy it. Trial of Ambition. Grave Digger. Not Gold Digger. Oketra's Monument, and the rare Throne of the God Pharaoh. I actually opened a couple of these already. 2 for this legendary artifact, and at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. Exert would not be bad there if you're trying to finish everyone off quick. Oh, 3 cartouches right in the beginning. Oops. Alright. And the first uncommon. Sacred Excavation. The art on this set, on all these cards, is phenomenal. Kenra Charioteer, On-Crop Champion, and the rare Kefnet the Mindful, the Blue God. 2 and 1 blue for this creature god. 5/5, flying indestructible. Kefnet can't attack or block unless you have 7 or more cards in hand. 3 and a blue, you can draw a card, and then you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. Another mythic for us. I'm really satisfied with what we're pulling. A lot of this looks like what I was thinking of putting in, especially like Haunted Hydra, and obviously a few of these, might get a Gideon in here. It'd be super nice to get a Liliana. I just, it's just black is much more my color. Flameblade Adept, Protection of Heckma, if I can stay on the screen. Angler Drake, And the rare is Channeler Initiate. I've read that plenty. Mountain and Labyrinth Guardian. We're doing, peeps. We're doing. We're almost there. End of box 1. Coming soon. Alright. We have a Wayward Servant. Consuming Fervor. Destined to Lead. And the rare is Dusk to Dawn, 2 and 2 white for the sorcery. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater to Dawn, which is 3 and 2 white with Aftermath, and return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh, and an Embalmer's Foil. That looks neat. Not my favorite foil compared to the others I've gotten, but definitely still nice. Like I said, the art on these is just great, and I'm probably biased. I did like one 6th grade project in a social studies class in the Egyptian culture, and I was hooked. So, pardon me. Onward to Victory. Crocodile of the Crossing, Vizier of Deferment, and the rare is Harvest Season. Once again, full art land. Gotta love it. So we got 6 packs left of this booster box. I'd say pretty well worth it. Alright. Watchful Naga. Ruthless Sniper. Decimator Beetle. And Heaven to Earth. If I'm getting duplicates, much like that right there, that's what I'm going to do. Except it'll be a little more respectful. With those ads, though. If you want those ads, you can comment. Maybe I'll just mail them out to you. I won't pay any attention to them. Trial of Strength. Ruthless Sniper. Exemplar of Strength. And the rare. Man, you've got to be shitting me. People, I don't know if I can get a better first box. Liliana, Death's Majesty, 3 and 2 black, 5 loyalty counters. Man, I can't even like. Can I Spreckenzy Magic? +1 ability, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. -3, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. And its alt, her alt, I've got to be specific. Destroy all non-zombie creatures. Yeah, everything about this card makes sense. We will treat her with care. 4 packs left, and I gotta say, this booster has not disappointed. I hope it didn't disappoint you guys. It might not be what y'all were looking for. Maybe you were looking for Nissa or the Vizier. Kefnit's Monument, Stir the Sands. Whoops, I'm being selfish here. Stir the Sands. And then Kefnit's Monument. I gotta get better at that. That's one thing I know I can improve on. And the rare, Rags to Riches. The story of this YouTube channel, hopefully. Rags has 2 and 2 black sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until the end of turn. And Riches, 5 and 2 blue. Aftermath. Each opponent chooses a creature he or she controls. You gain control of those creatures. Island. Last 3 packs. I gotta say, I really wanted to open those pre-release kits so badly before when I bought those online. They've just been sitting and waiting. Cryptic Serpent. There we go. Trial of Zeal, Decimator Beetle, looks like a dung beetle, and the rare is Fetid Pools, another cycling land. Island Swamp, enters tapped, cycling for 2, and a mountain and a zombie. A zombie, so we can support Liliana. If you like this box as much as I did, click that like button. Again, I'm not going to beg like this. This is numero uno. And I'm not a beggar. I'm doing this because I love it. Bontu's Monument. Enigma Drake. Seraph of the Suns. I really like. I might just throw this in my Kalia deck just to have it in there. And Approach of the Second Sun. Once again, that's a lot of text too. You know I'm not reading that. Nice booster. We get another mythic? Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't know if that'll happen. That's pretty, it's asking a lot out of this box. It's already done good for us. True Heart Duelist. Gale Strike. Trial of Zeal, and the rare is Sweltering Suns. 1 and 2 red for the sorcery. It deals 3 damage to each creature, cycling for 3. And we have a foil Soul Stinger. Common. Big beefy guy. And Full Art Plains. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. But out of this booster, I'd say we've done good. We've done good. Again, this is MTG Chief, and we hope you liked this video. We'll get better. Leave comments for me so I can improve. As I mentioned, I'll be getting a mic. That'll definitely help. But this is the glorious end to this video. Have a good night.